Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another match day Watchalong, and it's a friendly again for the Arsenal women. I think there's the last friendly, what we know of currently, before the season starts in just over a week's time. I think we'll wait at Brighton as well before the rain kicks in and decides to cob wash that like he did last year and delay it to the back end of the season. So get that out of the way early this year, for the first time in a while actually. But yeah, as I say, tonight we're playing a WSL, newly promoted, by the way, to the WSL this season, Charlton Athletic. Hopefully, something to think we'll get a bit more of a better feel for the team today, and the newbies and the regulars. Still only the second competitive, it's a friendly still, but second game, we're getting to see them. They've played a few games behind closed doors. What we're hearing, so in terms of behind closed doors, have been doing well. It's just whatever reason on Saturday or Sunday, I can't think what day it was now. I want to say Sunday. It was just a bit of a drag, basically, to put it politely. But yeah, let's pop into the chat quick before we put the teams on the screen. A complete unknown 1886 says, "Come on, you Gunners." We've got Gavin in the chat as well, says, "Seem like Chelsea likes my idea about trying to get mileage." I mentioned that first. I actually mentioned him and Ramsdale for the two options you had. Really, that are out there, can't upgrade. We'll get into that later. But yeah, once everyone else gets settled in, gets here and gets settled in and all that, here's a team news tonight for the night. Interesting team news in one sense. Even though it's friendly, still interesting. Mazer making a debut in goal. Hoyenberg at right back again. Williamson getting another run out from the start. Steph Catley comes back in for first start of pre-season. And debutant from Barcelona, champion 4 times Champions League winner, 3 or 4 times, one of the two. You lose track of they lose track of Barcelona, and so do we sometimes. But Champions League winner, Barcelona legend, if you will. Batel making a debut. Ola Batel. Probably butcher the name here. I'll come accustomed to that, and I'll get it right one day soon. Rosa Stanway making another start alongside Kim Little. And we've got Russo in the 10. Now, we've seen this situation before, and we didn't like the ending for the most part of last season and the season before. When it comes to starting games, it was like chasing the game, trying to get the win in the final. It made sense. Outside of a Champions League final, and the other occasion against the lower league opposition, it doesn't really like to work. I mean, it should work today, but Barn will get another run out on the wing. Mariona's out on the wing as well because of Russo playing in the 10 role. Personally, if you're putting Russo in 10, I would put Mariona on the bench then and talk on later on. Or put Russo on the bench and put Mariona in 10 and Stina, as I say, with Stina up top still. And you've got, in terms of wing-wise, I'm going to go over it to now because it's so small right above the screen. But you've got options. You could have gone with Ford. You could have gone with Smith, unless Smith's completely hung over from my celebrations last night, getting the PFA Young Player of the Year award. It kind of, yeah. I don't know. But again, it's a friendly. We're not going to get too deep in it and all that crap, so to speak. We play Real Sociedad tonight. Our Champions League qualifying. I'd assume it's like last year, Disney Plus. I'd assume I can double check, but I've got the YouTube up now. I'm trying to think. If you go on Google, I'll find out for you. I've got my tabs here. I've got the tabs up marked. Yeah, Disney Plus. Let's double check. Ask question Google. Yeah, it says yes. Disney Plus is showing the UEFA Women's Champions League game with Chelsea tonight. There's on Disney Plus Chelsea game. So you've got Disney Plus, great. If not, then you've got your I'll put it your stick, if you will, of a certain brand. I'm not going to mention, but a stick. You can use that. Or if you've got a VPN, turn your VPN on, and you'll find on one of the US channels, respectively. So there you go. We look after you. Rivals aside, we do look after you, give you the information you need when it matters most. But yeah, give me your thoughts, guys, in the chat as well as you get in. Don't forget, by the way, hit the like button. Check out our channel sponsors of Ruth Beckart, who's just has already joined up this year as a main channel sponsor. She's an Arsenal fan like myself. Does amazing artwork. She does also print of all different sizes. She do mugs, other bits and pieces. He does do. He will do. She does take commission work as well. If you reach out to her, it's non-Arsenal related. I'm assuming she'll be happy to be reached out as gave the idea of what you'd like, be it a Chelsea thing, West Ham, or whatever, or Rangers, so to speak. I'm sure she'll give you a price, but she'll be more than willing to do said work outside of not being Arsenal. If that makes sense as well. So please do go and check her out. Also, go and check out. I forgot to put on the screen there, but just the themes. It doesn't do it. Okay, there we go. Do that. Yeah, ZF Coins. Like I say, check out ZF Coins. As I mentioned this other night, still a sponsorship of the channel as well. Go check out their website. They do a variety. Not just ask the coins that I have. I will be doing a little video at some point to market them as well and promote them even more. The coins I have, respectively. They do Arsenal. Something I think they do a Chelsea one. I believe, Gav. So go and check that if they do. But to double check. Rangers, Celtic, a few other Scottish unknown teams outside Scotland you would have know of, so to speak. Scottish national team, I think there's a couple of championship clubs in there, and other bits and pieces, be it coins, bookmarks, no. It's all on there in terms of bookmarks, paper clips and things like that, basically. And there's a discount code going across the screen for them as well, 10% off at the checkout for ZF Coins, Mr. Arsenal Pod, all one word. So do go, yeah, as I say, please go and check them out. Yeah, give me your thoughts on the team. Again, I know the friendly will get players will run out and minutes in their legs, etc. I know the Russo 10 plus 16 thing works does work against these sort of all due respect to Charlton, these lower league, lower in the WSL in this instance. It's kind of opposition as a whole, as a norm. However, I would like us to play one or the other, and mainly play plays in the natural position. So Mariona in the 10 role, so to speak, and put a winger where Mariona is, who is an actual winger. I don't think I'm asking for too much. And then whoever you want to pick a striker, Russo or Stina, go with it, and the other one comes on oh, Tom or whatever. Oh, well, how long have you got, Gav? Bloody hell. Well, on me. Go back to the other screen because it's a small one as well. Goalkeeper's new. She was one of the later ones coming, but she's one of our new signings. Right back, Batan. Well, again, once I hear the name properly from the commentators, I'll pronounce it better. Obviously, Georgia Stanway, that's 3. Barnes, 4. That's 4. They're 4 of them starting today. We also have, just going for the bench now, Rupia, 5. Cersei, 6. Was 6. We made 7 signings, but 6. We've made 7 signings. 6. I think it's 7, and 6 of them are in the matchday squad tonight. Basically, one way or the other, either starting or coming from the bench, basically. Most of them, let's be honest, I can tell you now, most of them, Cersei, Voigtler, bloody hell, Anthony, right there, and then Ola Battelle, Meze was a free as well. Basically, most of us on bar, I think bar one, and was a free. The one that wasn't a free is the winger here, Bar. As I say, this is what I've been saying Sunday and in other shows throughout the summer on the channel, Pop Tom, that we have been busy. We haven't, unlike last year, this year we haven't messed about. But last year it was obviously payment wise, Olivia Smith, there was a record signing there, women's football in general. And then it was like, I think it was two other players and there are three. Yeah, that's two or three players, but there were three. It was like they weren't. What? Yeah, I mean, one of them was a number two now in Borba, but it weren't, as I say, marquee or get you off your seat straight from the off and then out signings. This summer, it's been a far different approach. Yes, the majority have been free, but they are huge signings in women's football. There's no getting around it. And in my opinion, based on that, there's no excuse for for Arsenal not to be winning the WSL this season. Going deep yet again in Champions League semi-finals, hopefully a final in that competition again. But the semi-final, for me, semi-finals are the bare minimum I would expect now. Final will be a bonus, and obviously, hopefully, get a number three. Hopefully, but yeah, WSL got to win, and the FA Cup. They're also both domestics, but we're not allowed to win the League Cup anymore. So yeah, it's FA Cup, League, and try and win the Champions League. Try to, at the very least, in terms of trophies to win, the very least I'll be happy with this. The bare minimum I'm happy with is a double in terms of league, league, and the FA Cup as a bare minimum for this for the business we've done and what we have now. Champions League to make a treble would be the bonus, but also got to be realistic. Don't get too greedy now, especially Barcelona's still there, Leon doing what Leon do. But that's the thing, the only team that can stop, in my opinion, and they just do the Marco Warren in and making it stating the obvious here. The only two teams that are going to stop us from winning the Champions League, with all due respect, is going to be Barcelona and Leon. They're the only ones that can. The other teams around us are more than beatable, as we've proven time and time again now in the last few years. So bring it on, basically. And it's guaranteed. If Arsenal get to a semi-final of the Champions League, if we do, it's guaranteed we're going to be playing one of them too. Going by the last 2 years, yeah, because we can't have them play each other in the league. Can't have Barcelona playing in the league phase. Notice how they avoided that last year. Couldn't have them playing in the knockout still, just to make sure. But had them on different paths so they could reach a potential final. Funny that. And that always plays out. They're both on the same. They're both on different sides of the draw 9 times out of 10 en route to the final. Funny. Would make a change if they could mix up a bit this year, UEFA, but I doubt it. We will keep an eye out for Gavin, your team, your game as well, even if it arises. Oh dear. Right, let's get this. What we got? 5 minutes before kick-off. The team's this team coming out? Or no, they're just the girls coming out is in our subs and medical staff and all that going, because again, it's moved the bench over left it over on the far side, don't we, for the second year in a row. So that's why players and stuff. I was walking across the pitch, waiting for the team, so getting ready for that. So whilst we're doing that, we're going to take you down and move you up. We're going to make that smaller so that all good. Switch around. Let me. Fantastic. There we go. But yeah. If you can hear any blowing, then by the way, I've got the fan on. It's a bit muggy up here. And I've come up, so I've got boom, fans on, cool air. Actually, it is actually work. There we go. Teams are. I was like the tunnel normally, but not. It's not a tunnel, is it? It's just that they come outside their dressing. Well, after whatever, they were waiting for Charlton's players to completely emerge from the away dressing room. Here we go. Teams are coming out onto the pitch now. There we go. Must have signed two goalkeepers in. Must have done. Don't recognise his goalie. Yeah, they have a goalkeeper then. But yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Why was like, I'm sorry, that's sad. But much, yeah, okay. Arsenal in the Carabao Cup draw later on. Yes, we are. And we can get you because you're not in Europe. The only team we can't face is our fellow European counterparts, be it in the Champions League, Europa, or Conference League, respectively. So uh, we can't get City, we can't get Liverpool, Man United, Villa. That's four. What's it? You can't beat Liverpool. We can't get City, Man United, Liverpool, Villa. That's the Champions League clubs you can't get. Sorry. We can't get Bournemouth. We can't get Sunderland. We can't get Crystal Palace, and we can't get Brighton. But we can get you, and we can get Tottenham. And so odds are we're going to hit one of you. It's like 10:15 at night when that draw is after the games tonight. There's a point. Tomorrow, yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, because you put them both played on Monday. Your game got moved. It was meant to be tonight, but it got moved to Thursday. It means that when you're it could be a lot of rotation. I think there'll be a heavy rotation in your game tonight, tomorrow night, sorry, for the men's team. Because you're playing on Saturday, I believe. I can double check now. I'll double check now. Just waiting for kick off. Refs and for officials are in the circle. Also done the huddles and the photos and all that. Kim's going over. That's going back to the team huddle. I don't know what's going on now. But Charlton are not on camera. Right, let's have a look quickly from the phone, guys. So we're playing Luton. Sheffield is Luton tomorrow. And then you're playing, yeah. Oh, we're still early now. You're getting Friday, Saturday respite, and you're playing 2 p.m. on Sunday against Brighton at home. So I think I do think there'll be heavy rotation in your squad tomorrow to account for that. On the Abbasel, number 22. There's many small exercises. We're still doing flip of a coin, who's starting and who's switching ends, this, that, and the other. What's going on? We're not swapping in. It looks like we're kicking off. There we go. Okay, one sec. Over to here. Dina sending over the ball, waiting for the referee to give the signal. In your own time, ref. We're on the hour now. Come on. And we're off. Come on. I'm gonna, I know it's a friendly, but I will go for. I'm gonna go for a minimum 3-0 home win. Obviously, I'm saying that's a minimum. I know their WSL team is friendly and all that, but no mercy. We are literally effectively playing a WSL 2 club in the WSL. Yeah. Something trying to Jack Willis on or permanent. It's a loan. But from what David Ornstein dropped it a couple of hours ago, it's a loan they're looking at with the option of bringing him in full time. If the loan does go well, with his contract being up at the end of the season with Man City, they would be interested if the loan did go successfully to sign him permanently. It would mean, unless he signs an extension to his deal before going out on loan to Sunderland, Man City would make a literal £100 million loss on him, plus all the wages and all that they'll be paying him and all. And also they'll be looking part of this loan will be partial. There's under looking to partially pay part of his wage as well. Don't know how much. I don't know in terms of how much exactly. If he willing to pay wages wise, I'm just going by what Ornstein said. Clear picture. Not 1080. That's 1080. Hey, Arsenal, you don't look. They have word themselves. That's 1080p HD quality. You have word themselves. That's what I'm saying. Come on, Jules, up, cut it back, cut it back. Cut it back, not cross. Talking about Enzo to Man City. Yeah, rumours. I've heard the rumours, but that's going to be interesting. Go go on. Again, my one frustration with Barnes so far, great he's not going forward in terms of running at the defenders. Doesn't like to have a shot when the opportunity arises, though. So he likes to. Got an Ozil. I mentioned the other night. He's very Ozil-esque in terms of doesn't like to have the shots. He likes to be the creative player, so to speak. What place for Vic Martinez gets a Villa? Do you know? Because it's massive. That might put us off. Genuinely don't know. Maybe look later, but genuinely don't know. In terms of Enzo, I wouldn't be surprised if he does. Again, I still wouldn't be surprised if he does go and. I think it'll drag out to deadline day. For the dramatics, I think it will drag out to deadline day. But after the reception you got from the away fans Monday night, can't see them. Not as bad as what Julian Alva's got with the Athletic fans, but still, I can't see him sticking around, or wanting to anyway. That'll be a wake up. Okay, what was it? will say this: mentioned it Sunday, the Sunday service and all that turnout. Again, just after 7 on a Wednesday night, and outside of London, so to speak, in the middle, literally, is in like the middle of nowhere. So again, it's another good. He's another good turnout from the Arsenal faithful. Thank God. Yeah, you saw them coming in. Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh. The thing is, I kind of the second they stripped him off the number 9 jersey and gave it to João Pedro ahead of this weekend just gone. But they officially announced it and all that. Who's got number Maraki. You knew the likelihood. Honestly, the likelihood was that Dinab is going to be leaving the club in some capacity by the end of this month. He's got to be. Surely he's got to be. So, right. Good. Right. This is according to Google, by the way. Don't call me to gospel. That page. That's more time. One second. I'll go back and know what it was time before. Good. Can't Google itself. Uh, so basically, his base salary of 7.8 million for the 26-27 season, which is approximately, this is Google AI, but there's roughly 150k per week. I will be on more than that, but hey. His total contract is worth 37.4 million over 5 years, with an average annual salary of 7.4 million. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Martinez earns 160 per week. 160,000 per week. There you go. 160. There you go. There's the answer. 160,000 pounds a week. So the thing is, he's not going to take the thing is, he won't take a price. Oh, you know the animal mind. He will not take a pay cut, especially to a club like Chelsea, with all due respect. No, they know. We know that everyone knows they had the money to do so, and I don't think he'll settle for what is move one club together for the same salary either. So you are going to have to give him a little bit more than what he's currently on, which will be interesting. Because even though he's been forced out of Villa, so to speak, well, he's not going to be number one. Um, doesn't mean he's going to make it easy for buyers or his current club. Again, we know the animal of what Martinez is. Corner to Arsenal, anyway, 9.5 minutes in, still 0-0. No shots on target now, which is worrying. Oh, where the shot, but it wasn't on target. And the goal kick's being given. Marionis went for a surprise shot. I thought, no, short, we'll have a shot, see what happens. there was claims for a deflection for a corner, but because there's no VAR either, so it's just like, no, I just see the deflection, giving a goal kick. I mean, I know it's a friendly, girls, but can we not time waste? As I said, it's 160 per week. 160,000 to be fair. So you're going to have to give him a little bit more than what he's currently on, because again, I keep saying we all know how he conducts himself and how he operates. Same thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's will your club do that? That's the matter at hand. Well, you've not seen today. If you've not been seeing, there's many Fabrizio and obviously more the Spanish media going putting it out there. But Fabrizio, in terms of one global, we all sort of would not rely, but we somewhat trust because of the information and all that. He's a tapping merchant after all. Basically, the drama continues. Reports are coming out from Spain that Barca are going to up the offer to 140 million. 140 or 160? One of the two. Either 140 or 160. Yeah, you're the shot beast. People. The first shot on target is the 10th shot in the world. Either 140 or 160 mil is the report going around. However, Atleti have made a statement. Whatever it was going about, Atleti have made a statement. Not with Barca, by the way. Barca made with all the rumours anyway. Barca made a statement initially and said we hope our new offer gets accepted and all that. And Barca being Barca, basically. Let's be honest, in terms of trying to put pressure on Athletic to set up. I mean, they were bad back in the day in terms. I mentioned this other night, the whole Cesc Fabregas situation, obviously on me, but Cesc Fabregas really, for me, showed what Barca are all about and how they conduct themselves. When anybody want a player, but this has took it to a whole new level. What we're seeing this summer is took it to a whole new level. But so they've done that. They're going, we really hope they accept our offer. This is the FIFA Barcelona president, sorry. Athletic come out and said, fuck off, basically. No, but basically, the gist of it is that it's not Barcelona. It's if we sell Julian, we're not looking to sell Julian Alvarez, but if we work to sell him, it's not. We will sell to anyone. These are the words they've used. We will sell to anyone apart from Barcelona. So it sort of that with that statement, the door for Arsenal slightly ajar a little bit more for us to sort of have a bit of wiggle room to go in and test Julian's resolve, basically. But again, that's another deal. If he used to be sold, that's going to go down to that will go down to deadline day. For once, it might be a very interesting deadline day for the first time in a few years. To be tapping a bit moving the ball the time they did the Bucks. Obviously, I'll keep an eye on things whilst we're alive as well. If anything else sporadically decides to happen whilst we're alive, I will look. Well, some luck, because it could have happened already, I don't know. Would be my luck. Yeah. Nice on the attack here, through the bottom, not through the bottom. Barnum, Barnum, the massive little name, Kim that wins the ball back though. Leah goes to step on the ball and goes under her feet. Bloody hell, it's about doing my head in. For a goal kick. Right. I'll double check that. I'll check that. Well, nothing so far update wise as we speak. No. We'll, we will start sculling on deadline day. No, you won't. It's going nowhere. Genuinely, it's going nowhere. That's one rumor I can say. Even when it came when fucking Tom Canton and we're trying to do an exclusive on that monarchy. Oh, we've offered him to fucking Chelsea. We've offered him to Man United. I've got an exclusive. I'm going to talk. Yeah, look at that fucking points out. And the next day, oh, I checked my sources. I didn't check, clearly didn't check all of them, but I did check, guys. I can only go by the information that was given to me. I didn't approach Man United or Chelsea for comment. Anyone there? I just took the random person's word for it. But I'm right. And nothing's happened since. Yeah. What you were, mate? Well, she were Thomas, my old mucker. No, no, it's happening. Nicholas Jackson to Aston Villa is nearly done as well. Wait, I don't get it. I don't get how the one says I'm with Ollie Watkins, obviously, because Ollie Watkins has been forced out of Dr. Sound. I really, obviously, they tried to force him out a couple of times, including to us, not January this year, January last year, on deadline day. So I'm not really surprised that they're still trying to force it. You know, I mean, clearly doesn't rate him as much as he should do. Because obviously you had the whole Duran was literally getting all the minutes God sends, and then he ran off. Ironically, ran off to Saudi the first attempt, but a few months later, literally weeks before they tried to force out Watkins to us ironically on deadline day as well. Um, because they didn't do it, they didn't do it last summer and this January just gone. I thought, okay, maybe they'll do a U-turn, but clearly not. And again, it's got to be a kick in the teeth for Watkins in terms of he'd fought off the Duran thing. He turned Unai into some sort of. I know he's getting on in age, but I don't know, maybe a couple more years, a year or two more in him, and he's getting forced out and replaced by Nico Jackson. With all due respect, when it comes to Premier League level, isn't Premier League football isn't for Nico Jackson. Um, yeah. Well, BX is in the chat says, I'm happy, Captain, proud, he's shaggy. He's such a phony. Uh, I'll tell you this one, by the way, talking about on that whole situation. The following morning, when he did his thing of the exclusive, Arsenal have offered so and so, but Lewis Skelly to Man United and Chelsea. Ironically, he's just happy to go on Sky Sports and having a sit down one on one with one of the main faces of Sky when it comes to transfers in the summer. Just ha- just so happened, hey. Um, when then more respect or know or trustworthy media people quash these rumours. Because a few of them did jump on. Ben Jacobs jumped on the bandwagon, a few others did. But there's a good handful that about 5 hours after he initially put it out, went and pretty much went, no, we spoke to the club, we spoke to both the club and the fan. Obviously, his mum's the agent. Miles' mum is his agent, but also the representatives as well. None of them, neither her people or the club have done this. Actually offered him to either club or anyone at all. They're confused. Maybe the third party, a UEFA third party within the situation set up, and they're looking into it. But no, not anything to do with the club or the thing, or herself or the people in around them. Nothing to do with them. If that is to be the case, in terms of if he was offered, it would be by a third party. Bullshit, basically. But got all that crossed. I mean, obviously, I thought, I hold up. I won't go in on Tom just yet publicly and say you fraud. I want to see if he holds his hands up. Come the following morning, goes his morning shows. Did he fuck? He doubled down. It's like, it was so condescending. By the way, not only did he not apologise, but the condescending to the viewers of anyone that was in the chat that sort of like questioned his authority. It was as I say, the condescending manner came back their way. Even though they weren't rude, but they just didn't agree. He put something out there that clearly he didn't get all the information for, etc., etc. He just didn't like it and reacted the way he did, and yeah. I thought, you know what, his life still. I'm going to go. I'm going to add him. So what? No, did I do the bullshit of I'm going to put a post out and see the person gets it, someone screenshots it, someone sees it, reads into it, recognises who I'm aiming it at, and all that. But no, I went direct to. I went at a minute, direct to the source, and all so he gets to see it as soon as he could, and basically saying, don't. Along the lines of, don't agree with what Tom's done. Think it's complete fraudulent behaviour, basically, and maybe next time get all your information before you put it out there. Everyone, there's a double check, triple, quadruple, like infinite. Make sure every information you're about to put out is locked down in terms of concrete, 100%. There's no way getting around it, and we're 1-0 down because what are we fucking about for? What the fuck was that? I know it's a funny, but what the fuck was that? As soon as it fell, the ball broke through to the winger. Right, here we go. Kim Little, yeah, no, sorry, Kim Little's near, but Steph Catley, who sort of got herself stuck in the mud, so to speak, not mud, but stuck in the spot. And then Leah doesn't react quick enough, so boom. So it draws her out, leaving the striker coming in with a one-on-one opportunity, basically, first time shot. And yeah, we're 1-0 down. I mean, I can't blame the goalkeeper. Steph Catley is sort of studs out. That was absolute. That's embarrassing. That is actually embarrassing. But back to Tom. Actually, did all that to say, put that out there, and about I can prove this to you, but what do I be? I can screenshot it. Tom reached out to me via because obviously people started replying to my post on X. Started in the reply, boom, 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 boom. So it wasn't just to put it out and nothing happened. People were responding, and pretty much in favour of what I was saying, pretty much. He reached out to me privately and said, I've been on your channel a couple times, yeah, for a couple. You've been on a couple times for a quiz, not to for any normal podcasting, for the quizzes, like years ago, by the way, years. I've talked about COVID times. You've not just come out of COVID. Thought you were one. I haven't looked now. I can tell you now in terms of what I'm getting dealing with me. You misquoted me. That'd be the next thing. You misquoted me. Yeah. Here we go. Sorry, tweet. Obviously, never nice to receive. I'm not. Apparently, what I said was it wasn't abuse. I wasn't abusive in any capacity. I just said what maybe net base. I don't agree with the information put out. If it wasn't 100% concrete, maybe next time, Tom, check your sources. Make sure it's 100% concrete before you put the information out there. It wasn't abusive anyway, but he's come off us and done that. Did victim bullshit. Obviously, you asked me for help in the past. Well, actually, you offered help. I didn't ask you offered. It's appreciated at the time. One sec. Call that. I didn't reach out. He reached out to me and offered to help. Again, I have to say at the time, appreciated and all that because I was a newbie at the time. Hopped on your show for 2 quizzes, by the way. 2 quizzes. Was ashamed to see your tweet. Happy to have a conversation about your concerns or your gripes. Again, no apology and all that. Just paying the victim card and then, well, for some, I've supported you. Back, yeah, okay. You came on the show for 2 quizzes back in the, in around the pandemic era, so to speak. 2 of my quizzes. Other than that, you've never been on the channel before or after. After I can understand because of who you want to associate with. We're not going to go there, but people that know will know what I'm on about. But yeah, that plays a victim card and doubles down on it. Double down. It's doubling down on what he's put out there, and then also playing the victim of abuse. I'm not abusive. I can guarantee it was abusive. Trust me, because people close to me saw that post and they're even liked and reposted it as well. If it was abusive, they would have come to me privately and said, "Bit too much there, right?" They didn't, so nice try. It's just he decided he was a feature. He got into the mix. Obviously, with what he's doing at the Gooner Tool, or he took over it. He's doing what he wants. He's doing what he's done with the channel. He's got by doing so. He's got himself seen more on the media side of things. That's how it piqued his interest. He's got involved in the media side of things. It is what it is. Good luck to him. But at the same time, I had this issue with when we now know who the player was, but at the time we didn't know in terms of the allegations. With a Premier League player, we didn't know, but we people guessing, and yeah, we could have, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But one report, Chris Whitney, who's who claimed to be a massive media lover within the Arsenal club and all that, had his on his social media photo of him outside the Emirates and things like that at the time. He's now changed. It's still getting photos all around, putting out information that was wrong in terms of Thomas Partey was going to fly. Was flying out a couple of days late with someone else just because they picked up an offer, just giving their body a couple of days respite, then they're going to fly together to the States. No issue. Then it turned out he wasn't flying. Other people then got information and went, no, he's not flying out. But didn't go insane heat play. But it's in question, but he's not flying out for a good few days yet. Yeah, basically. For a good few days yet, he will not be flying out. A lot longer, basically. A lot longer than what this Chris guy is putting across. And then Chris immediately, about 2.5 hours later, deleted the then tweet. But instead of coming out and what's that? Keep the saves it. Oh, give me this. Amazing how we go 1-0 down, suddenly the girl want to wake up and actually try and attack and have shots at goal for sudden. the Chris guy. Instead of once he deleted his post, his initial post saying it's going to fly out in the next 24 to 48 hours and all that. When it came out, it actually wasn't the case. Deleted the post tweet, and instead of then putting a follow-up post or tweet out, so to speak, apologising, this is the information I got. In fact, he's actually going to be flying a bit later down the line, not when I initially said apologies, etc., etc. Considering what was being rumoured at the time, that he was the playing person, we now know he was the playing person, but you know what I mean? Well, someone that was meant to be very much in the know at Arsenal, and I stand by it because this person reached out 81 last year asking me to remove the video because I did a video because I was that pissed off for the guy. I actually did a live video calling this guy out, putting his post up on the screen, so didn't misquote him or nothing, and give him my thoughts. And what I'm saying now, he had a responsibility. I still might say, right, he had a responsibility as someone in the media close to the club like he came to be. He had a responsibility to get the information out there correctly. When he messed up, he had even more responsibility to come out and just apologise, hold his hands up, and get on with it. Instead, he deleted the original post. And his very next post after that was him promoting some media work he was doing for the following week. And as I say, was it? And that was that. That was as I say, that was in that time. Then last year, he reached out to me. About April time, he reached out, April, May time, whatever. Asked me to take the video down, basically. Not initially, actually. No, he reached out initially to say, "Oh, I've been watching your content. Da 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 da. Really like what you do. Would love to come on sometime." Da 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 da. Lived it a couple of days. Honestly, lived it a couple of days. Then got back to him and said, "Oh, okay." Da 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 da. One next video was just what your scheduling and all that. It's like, okay, we'll see what's. I thought, okay, give him a benefit of doubt. Reached, as I say, reached out. Okay, what did it? Oh, I'll get back to you. Da, 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 da. But by the way, there's a video that I've been made aware of that got my attention initially that I'd like to take down. And it was the video. It was a live video that in question, basically, where I called him out for me. He's lacking judgment, situation, and all that. Told a couple of people in terms of behind the scenes what would be the question. Basically, what the gist of it was, if I was to take it down, he'd be more than happy to contribute to the channel in terms of come on for the odd appearance here and there. Now, for me, and guys, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. I mean, you're saying I'm not about this going to record about this, but for me, correct me if I'm wrong, but that does feel like backhanded blackmail, not blackmail, but along the lines of I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine, basically, so to speak. But I let him stew for a couple of days anyway, and then I basically did a type as if I did a voice note. I went, sorry, I've had to think about it. I'm not going to be taking it down. I stand by everything I said in that video. I retraded back to him, put information out there that was incorrect. And when you, instead of holding your hands up, you delete the original post, and that's like nothing had happened. In the 1-1, Georgia Stanway. Come on, Georgia. First goal for the Arsenal. Come on. There we go. It wasn't the easiest. Wasn't the tardiest of finishes at the same time. But it's a finish. Finish is a finish. 1-1. Game on. There we go. Amazing how, again, I keep saying it. Amazing how we go 1-0 down and suddenly the girls wake up. But yeah, as I say, not taking it down. I stand by what I say. I reiterated in terms of why I wasn't taking it down, why I was standing by what I was saying. That even now I'm standing there, I still believe you had a responsibility at the time, especially after you delete said post. You put that information out. You put that information out in the first place. Then it was wrong. wrong information, you delete the post, and that's like nothing going to happen. In a circumstance where there's a very growing allegation going against that player's name within the social media community of football, and so I'm not going to. That upsets you, fine, whatever. Obviously, listened to it, never got back to me, blocked me. Okay, cool, whatever. He has since then, in the last, what are we in now, August, April this year, early April this year, he got the video removed from the channel because he claimed, obviously, it wasn't what I put there wasn't correct, even though if you actually watched it, it was. Because all I did was went on. This is the person that did this. This person's here. This is what he is. This is what he does for a living. Close to the Arsenal at the time in terms of working for him and all that. Here's literally shared screen of what he said today. Da, 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 da. It's now since been removed. And the very next post, I even showed them the very next post underneath all this. Since it's been proved actually this information was wrong, was employing work. And there's nothing. He never actually did anything, say or do anything to apologise for his lacking judgment, but also naivety towards the situation because of, again, the very serious accusations that were going towards said player at the time that he would have seen, being what the platform he was putting on as well, that he would have seen. There's no being naive about it on that side of things. Who didn't see that? It's literally everywhere. But yeah, he had that removed because he was like, it was misinformation. And obviously I appealed it at the time. YouTube obviously they can't really put it back up, but they got back to me and said, "Oh yeah, we made a mistake there. We should have contacted you and actually watched it ourselves without taking someone's word for it." Basically, but hey, it is what it is. The point is that as annoying as that is in that moment, it does show you how much that you can't literally UK media. We always say this about media in general. For someone that lives in the UK media, you can't trust any of them. Not a single one of them. And that Chris guy rammed it home at the top. He's rammed it home. And from that moment, at the start of it all, when he did the post and all that, and then last year and then earlier on in the year this year, you can't trust anyone who works in the media. Let's be brutally honest on that side of things. Any journalist cannot be trusted. Simple as that. And Tom, again, people may want to be either hear see this, or someone will be screen recording it, sending it over to him later, maybe. He'll go and go, "Oh, I'm a victim," but he's not. Can't trust him either. He's one of them you can't trust. You just can't trust. Oh dear. BX says, if you ever made it across the pond, if you ever make it across on the pond, I'm going to say the pond, I will personally seek him out and hold him responsible for this bitch behaviour. Oh, you mean him, not me? I can't come over to your neck of the woods and you go, Tom, you're not here, but I'm going to pull you out. I was here mental, but yeah. Oh, hi, Colonel. How are you doing? It's like what? What's it? It's like watching. It's like watching early 2000s women's football. Charlton were the only other club interested in the sport. I mean, it's a throwback to the 2000s. You seem to we always played Charlton in some capacity, either bloody League Cup or FA Cup finals every bloody year. This and that. Again, I don't like the game, is it? In terms of you don't have to be here and watching it. Not the end of the world. There's other content and all that. You think so? what you're saying, BX, the reason he thinks that because who he surrounds himself with and does content with on their respective channels. I'm not going to mention their names because they ain't done nothing wrong to me. So on that side of things either. So I'm cool with them people. It's just who he associates himself with, ego rights, because they kiss his ego and rise up even more. That's why he has the end. He's built this ego of what he has. It's what it is. Hi Tom, how you doing? Big win for the mighty Leeds last night. Nice 2-0 win away from home. What are the odds? Draws tonight, by the way. What are the odds? Leeds versus Arsenal in the next round at Ellen Road under the lights. If that's the case, we're out. Oh dear. Oh, no. I'm frustrated in this game. I'll be honest. This first half, but it's took. I know we had all the possession prior to them going 1-0 up against them when they play, but it's took for that goal to happen for Arsenal to not just have the possession, but actually do something with the possession and actually try and put the fear of God into Charlton's defence and goalie. Every attack as well. And that shouldn't be, I know it's pre-season, that shouldn't be the case. Ball in from the corner. The free kick, of course. This is a ref I don't recognise, so I can't over going rough or against Arsenal. Is it a free kick or is it a penalty she's given? We should give a pen. We should give an Arsenal a penalty, actually. Because Arsenal players are now standing on the edge of the box, like literally on the edge of the box, like they're for a penalty and all that. George Stanway's on the penalty spot with no ball. Let's have a look again. We're now showing the Weister and that Charlton number 11 is getting some treatment from the medical team. Showing the replay. I think Steph Kelly's up the corner, by the way. Keenan can't check because the camera angle. The ball went in. Yeah, I think she gave it. Yeah, she did give a pen. It was a foul. I think I don't see it was on. I didn't even see the foul. I saw the ref in below and like, I didn't see if he pointed to the spot because I don't notice a red. The game had already stopped and I was pretty well descended anyway. Be interesting to take. Obviously, Georgia takes the penalties for England. Kim Little used to be the main penalty taker. Got Russo on the pitch. Got Steen on the pitch. This could be a very big indicator. I know it's a friendly, but this could be a very big indicator. Considering who got on the pitch already, but who's going to be a penalty taker, a first choice penalty taker for the season. George stepping away. Caldente, there we go. Caldente stepping forward. So is Mariano Caldente going to? It seems like she's going to continue to be our first choice penalty taker then. Play this down to missed this and we put down the ranks basically. But there's a chance to go put Arsenal 2-1 up before half time. Referees make sure everyone's beyond the line. The referee's going to signal. Mariano. Right time ref. There we go. Cadente. Let's get the wrong way, 2-1. Oh, in the middle. Why did it do that? One sec, sorry guys. I think it was the double gives you 3-1. 3-1, no. I wish it was 3-1, but no. Good again. Nice calm pen from Mariona. Keep the dove. One way she did a day with David Raya. So Mariona went, okay. I'm going to take the other side of the goal. Thank you very much. Did the starter as well. Catherine went like that. Did the starter. Oh dear. I know I've already said it tonight. In terms of the fans turn out tonight for midweek on Wednesday night. It's not Wednesday 7:30, 8 o'clock kickoff. Well, 7 o'clock. In that neck of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. Again, give the fans their credit. But bloody hell, not just buying the tickets, but actually get ask Cameron something right to say. There you go. We actually not just getting the ticket, we actually being able to get there and coming in numbers basically. Seriously, we would just let the Kamki stop that. Go on, yeah, go on. Oh, it slipped at the final second there. What's the foot in? Okay, well, that can't be it. Though, no indication of injury time, but we're in injury time, so I'd assume once this ball's kicked, the half time will go. Nico Gonzalez to Newcastle build up. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah. Yesterday, I saw that. Yeah. Look, I'm seeing him. I know Savinho and Ramos and Nico to an extent have never reached the level finishing Charlton Athletic. Never reached the levels though, especially Mamouche and Nico were expected to reach. I mean, Nico was never given a chance, I believe, under Pep when Rodney wasn't around. Let's be brutally honest. But you can see this coming. Rodri's gone. And I love Man City's mindset is, okay, we're going to replace Rodri and Nico Gonzalez with an 18-year-old Moroccan, French-born Moroccan from Lille. Yeah. By the way, going to make the most expensive teenage signing in league history by doing so. And it's been £116 million on Anderson, who's nowhere, with all due respect to Anderson, is nowhere near the type of midfielder of Rodri is. They're totally different types of midfielders. That's their answer. What could go wrong? Gone into the box, it's up in the air, it's somewhat clear, back up to on the Battel, left Catley, Battel, overlaps, ball in, kick comes back danger. So yeah, I'm not surprised the players have been moved on. I mean, two have been sold and one's been loaned at half time. One's been loaned out with an option of being brought come the summer. What's going on this club? Um, but look at. I mean, they've not bought a wrestling from the Moose or Savinho just it, or it doesn't. I don't see them doing so. Personally, these last few days of the window. So it's going to be interesting with the squad. It's going to be with the squad that he walked into and what he's going to be left with by the end of this window. It will be interesting to see just how much he can do this season with the squad he's going to be left with come Tuesday night. All right, half was gone. George Stanway was going to walk off. He's now walking to the middle of the pitch, having a chat with two of the staff members. Just continuing where she was going, and turned around, walked to the centre circle. About a brief 2 to 5 second conversation. Starkman, she's walked. They've all walked away from the centre circle. She's gone from one direction, as in towards said goal, basically off camera, and they've turned around and walked towards the changing rooms. Hopefully she hasn't picked on a knock at the end there. Sod's bloody law. Oh, yeah. Not bad for I know a goal gets another play, but as a back the worst of games, it was a one stupid moment of naive. I won't say naivety, just lack of. As I'm watching it now, lack of communication from all around in terms of the back four. What I say between Kim Little, Steph Catley, mainly Steph Catley, that's assuming, even though she was the nearest defender to the ball at times, it's going back in, between her lack of communication towards Leah and Kim is what caught us out there for their Charlton goal. But the response, and once again, keep saying it, it's a friendly, but the response from the older girls since then can't fault them. I will say that it's a shame it had to go. We had to go 1-0 down for them. Because prior to 0-0, we were having the ball, a lot of the ball, and not having a lot of shots in the final third. The final third was very lacking. We've gone from that 1-0, then go 1-0 down against the run of play, and suddenly the girls restart the game, and it's like, okay, that's it. You've angered the bear, so to speak. And suddenly we weren't just getting the ball, getting to the final third, and being wasteful. It was getting to the final third, and we were either having shots off or cross the ball into have to shot off, and we were testing defence, testing the goalkeeper a lot more, basically to the level we should have been doing in the first place. I think there was, from what I can see on TikTok, there was. Well, double check that. And that was at half time. Go and double check BX, because from what I've seen on TikTok today, there has been. Notifications on so. Tom, I just in the chat. I've just seen what you put in the WhatsApp group chat. Funny enough, by the way, that's your reach. Not as bad in settlement, man. Funny enough, Tom, going what you put in the channel, the WhatsApp chat. Someone else, I'd mentioned. Well, I found out. I mentioned someone else, and they actually said people were saying online in terms of yeah, like along the line of what you just said, but yeah, but more broader in terms of yeah. I just find that funny even more that obviously they've said that, and I've seen you post that in there. Like, okay. Yeah, like the person said what she said to me. Be a bit more broader. Big white house, can't miss it. Looks like an orange. Nine times out of 10 throughout the year. It talks absolute waffle. It's uploading now, but yeah. With all the time zones and all that. But when I woke up, I don't know, I got out just off probably about 7:15 in the morning here in the UK. I want to say about, as I was sort of getting on and all that, so about 7:30ish, I come down with the dogs out. So about 7:30ish, I was on TikTok, and there's all clips that will start to get put up from this week's episode. Let's have a look on YouTube. Let's have a look on YouTube. See how we're doing over there. Not too bad. Not to the same level as the Sunday game, but still good numbers. Good numbers so far. If you haven't already, by the way, guys, please do hit the like button and share the content to all your friends, all your football friends, be it Arsenal fans or not, brothers, sisters, friends, I said mates, mum, dad, uncle, aunts, spread the word as much as you physically can. If you haven't already, please do. That'd be greatly appreciated. All your socials as well. That'd be great as well. Also, to add, since Sunday's podcast, the audio for the podcast is up on Spotify as well. So if you missed Sunday's podcast with myself, Melvin, and Chris, right? You want to listen to it back on whilst you're on the goes. You don't want to have YouTube on. You ain't got YouTube Premium, so you want to listen to it, but whilst moving about the house or down the road and all that, go on either Spotify or any other audio platform that have podcasts. You'll type in Mr. Arsenal podcast. You'll find all the podcasts that we've ever uploaded, including Sunday's one, the first one of the new season. Go check it out, and again, share that about as well. You can, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. In the meantime, just tell me what I do this before I went live, so I'll do it now. There we go. If you want to become a member, press the join button. If you can't see the join button, you want to see it, you want a link to become a member, to check the membership options out at the very least. Let me know, and I'll put it in the chat for you as well. And also, let me know what you're thinking of these Watchalong thumbnails as well. Are you liking them? Do you think you're liking the different look to them this year? Is there something you would like to see added into it going forward? So somebody knows, again, feedback and all that, so we can improve your experience as much as anyone else's. Okay. Last thing I'm not also, I need to check what we're doing over on TikTok. I'm not going to do this all year, we'll get nothing out of it. Yo. That. I don't do that all the time. Technically, I should be able to check out on my phone, but don't don't like that. We've deducted 3 points. Don't violations. One thing pisses me off with TikTok. You're doing the same thing. I really am not. Read the title. Get the bloody hint. Stop annoying me. Newcastle are losing. Okay. I'll put that back up. So let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. Go customer live. Wouldn't let me look at the live for now. Sweet 900 views. What are the views now? Well, I've accumulated 909 views. Fucking me. Not whilst I've been live, but as in, I don't. I'll find it one day. Oh dear. Yeah, what is the score in the cup games then? So we can get Sky up. Sport. Okay, sorry. It's not dark, but it's going to be dark in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'll say, outside. And summer's starting to get normal out now. We had all day. We had no rain. I mean, we had a bit of rain in the early hours in the evening. Early hours in the morning, sorry. Had 3. we've had no rain all day, daylight time. Been pretty again, humid is ridiculous here, 80 plus humidity. But yeah, summer's decided now to go by now. Now, all talking of Charlton though, Charlton men team are playing Tottenham at the toilet bowl. It's nil nil. It's only 15 minutes in, but it's nil nil there. That's a Sky Sports Plus. But if there's a shock to happen there whilst they're alive, or potential shock happening whilst they're there, whilst they're outside, I might go over to that 420 just for the shits giggles. It's still all nil nil. We've got Bradford versus Burnley nil nil, Newcastle versus West Brom nil nil, Tottenham nil nil with Charlton. Preston and Everton they just kicked off. We'll go back and forth on that one. So, hi Chris, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Obviously, good results for the Liverpool anyway. One of your teams. Yeah, West Ham team. Great start to the season. Is that what? No, this one, no. This is just what was it? So, uh, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Beefield Cup thing. Teams are back out. Well, I'll try and quit there. But I do have a couple of the World Cup cups. One over there, so I've got David Beck. I've got David Beckham literally the day before they ended the World Cup thing over here. I've got David Beckham and I've got Cherry on me. Cherry's downstairs. No, I said he's downstairs. David Beckham's on the other side of the room here. I've been using the Sun Cup. I've got. I'll be honest. I've got him as well. He's a foot. I got him as well when I went to music event with my brother. Yeah, we went to McDonald's. We went to McDonald's to have something to eat after the meal, one of the meals, and yeah, that's they gave me some. That's the first one I got given. I was like, oh, okay. It turned out about a week later, it then came out because initially up to that point, they weren't allowing anyone to swap them in and all that. You got double step suck it. You got double suck it up buttercup sort of attitude. Hence why people were going on like Facebook Market and trying to do swap season and all that crap. But yeah, about a week after I got the song, I was like, oh, by the way, you can, because of how long down the line it is, and we've still got all these cups here. If you want to do, back away for a second, if you want to do the come in and swap it out for one you haven't got, feel free. So I was like, well, I was like, no, like, okay, yeah. So when I went in for the day before they ended it, got the 2 meals with the 2 cups. I just asked, so can I have, because I knew the numbers, because I looked it up on the UK and all that, I looked it up to in Google. Okay, so it's this one and that one. Okay, can I have these 2 numbers in? And I literally got from the team and said, all the other cups, these are the last two I need. I don't want any double, da 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 da. Yeah, no problem, bang. But kind of that little white lie to get what I want in terms of Beckham could be, maybe Beckham could be the ex-England captain, all that, and England legend, so to speak, England legend, so to speak, and that sort of things. So that, from an English point of view, you can get that. And obviously, the main one I wanted was Thierry Henry. Even though he's in a French kit on the cup and all that, it's Thierry Henry. So I'm an Arsenal fan. I grew up. I grew up in that era. Ask it or not, I love Thierry. So they were the main two. But everything else would have been cool. We'll move on. But yeah, it really is. I mean, today David Beckham's over there, so I've got the Ronaldinho one. That was a nice looking one. I've got to say, in terms of Ronaldinho, that was a nice looking cup as well. I will say this: I was a bit annoyed that outside of the US, Canada, and Mexico, you couldn't get the US, Mexican, or Canadian players on set. Cooney Cross is on, by the way. Looks it. So I've got some subs here. Is that? Oh, we've got two subs. So look. Oh, we made plenty of subs here. All right, here we go. Some sub. See who's gone on. Leah's gone off. Mazer's gone off the goalkeeper. One sec, guys. Also get the information up. Bear with me. Could even show the screen that the subs have been made. So here we go. Here we go. Got Mazer's gone off the goalkeeper. Williamson, Def Catley, Anya Batchel on their debut. Joseph Stanway's gone off. I'm not surprised considering the weirdness at half time as she went towards the changing rooms and then diverted her walk, had a big talk to two people and then went off wherever she went. Kim Little's gone off, Mariona Cadente's off. And then coming on, we've got Aubrey in goal, Lotta Wibbermoy, Taylor Hines, Emily Fox, back at the back line, Cooney Cross for Stanway, Ruchia for Kim Little, and Caitlin Ford is on for Mariona Caldente. Well, again, not a debut for whether Ruchia did come on Sunday. But get to see more, get to see a lot more of her tonight than we did on Sunday anyway, because we've got 10, 15, I think it's got like 10, 15, 15 at a push worth of minutes on Sunday. So he's getting a solid 45 tonight by the looks of it. I think that's just coming at half time. One thing I can guarantee with Renee, he's not going to do this half hour on off malarkey that McHill done pre-season. But yeah, this was much fun. Whatever else still the other this was fun out of interest. High price. Okay. So good. Is that, by the way, is that St. James? Is that St. James's Park as well? That Newcastle. Okay, now. Oh, bloody hell, a lot of changes now. My God. What's that? Yeah. We've got second choice goalie in goal. And sec for goal kick. Yeah, so second choice goalies in goal for Newcastle. One of the new signings, Didic. We butchered that name, number 37 there. Four's the captain, number 12. Spent Botman, he's starting, okay, so that's one of the main. Lewis Orwell, two. Stewart, have a debutant in terms of none of the new boys. Jacob Ramsey, Jacob Murphy, Joe Willock, B. Torre, and Vortemar. So one, two, just a starter. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8 to 9 changes there for Newcastle. Okay. Slightly concerning. I don't even know who Newcastle got this weekend. The Tottenham, haven't they got Tottenham? So yeah, makes sense. It's away as well, so yeah, it makes sense of it. Makes some rotation. You like to think they're not going to go deep in there though. I will say this. I know it's only stitches she's had, just above her eye, about Lotta. Which is what, and obviously because they're having a wear head bandage thing around her head to protect the stitches. But being it's heading first of all, it's a head injury, but that's that headband, so to speak, is only going to do so much protection when it comes to heading the ball from a defender. Or is it really worth risking any more problems, I would say, if if the bandage isn't going to do a full protection, basically. Constina, I'll check the keeper. Keeper's fumble if it comes out and claims it. That's better from Steiner compared to the first half. Calling for the ball, but then kept going. Did a little one. Well, it was a little ball, but little pass off to Steiner, and Steiner had had the shot. It was on target. I mean, a bit more maybe ideal placement, maybe far corner, across the goal. Maybe it would have gone in. Does that make sense? Anyway, Real Madrid versus Real Sausage has just kicked off. Here's the thing, though, the Liga every for the last couple of years they've been doing this, starting the season. Was it last week? The season started this time last week, midweek. Don't get that. No other league does that. Match day two of the season was at the weekend, as Julian found out. Oh, very, very nice. That's nice. Very interesting settlement he got from the Athletic home faithful. Well, I can't blame the Athletic fans either, to be honest. Um, and what we're doing, this is a cup game, or is this match day three? It's a joke. I mean, saying that, it used to be, in terms of Premier League, it used to be, I don't know when they stopped doing it. I want to say around 2009, 2010, this stopped being the case. But you start your season on a weekend, match day one, and then on literally the Tuesday and Wednesday after following that weekend was match day two. Midweek game. Match day one on the weekend, match day two the midweek after. Match day three was the second weekend of the season. Match day three, and then go from there. Then it's all spread out a bit more evenly from that after match day three, be match day four the following weekend, etc., etc. I enjoyed that because obviously straight from the off season, your season starts, bang, match day one, match day two, literally within 72 hours later, you're playing again match day two. And then before you know it, match day three's coming out and you're only 2 weeks in. Barely 2 weeks, I'm sure. I don't know, again, it's the exact time it was. I couldn't tell you when they stopped doing that. It's a shame because again, as a fan on the whole, I enjoyed. I just got everything off and running basically. Because it was so fast, because that was happening, because it was so fast paced. In that instance, that first week of match day one, two, and three, you'd have there's more chance of your Arsenal's, your Man United's, and Chelsea's to have a bit of a slow start, like get caught out in one of the three games or not, or two at a push, if you're very lucky from a neutral point of view. I remember when Burnley first came up under Owen Coyle management, I can't remember what year that was now. I want to say 2008. I remember Man United played the weekend they drew. The match day when they drew at home, I can't remember they played, but they drew that game. They then played newly promoted Burnley at Burnley on a Tuesday night under the lights and lost 1-0. But Michael Carrick actually had a Man United had a penalty in that game at 0-0 to go 1-0, but Michael Carrick skied it into Rose Z. I think in match day three they actually dropped points. They took a while to get going. They took a while to really click into gear. But then I was like, oh, wow, maybe we start off well and we get a bit of consistency together. Oh, what a goal that is! 3-1. Whoa, who was that? The sun come onto the screen at the last second. Who scored that? Is that Cooney Cross? I mean, that's going to be that. I think it was Cooney Cross as well. I mean, everything she's been going through for the well, publicly was since he publicly announced it for the last 8 to 9 months with a private life with the family and her mum. What's happened? What's happened in the last few weeks concerning her mum. I think that's a nice moment for her to have. Everything that's so especially the last few weeks with what's happened to her mum. That's cool. It's cool, and also I think she and the team will appreciate that a lot more because of the situation, basically. Now, yeah, well done to Kate. Well done to old Trinity Cross, to Karen Trinity Cross. Absolute run onto, not even took a touch, by the way. Didn't even take a touch, but running down. That's literally, wasn't even a camera shot. The camera force come out. She just comes in and just goes, go away, Ruth. I'm having it. Boom, top pins. Have some of that. The new Ted Lasso isn't on my Amazon feed yet. It's all. What you said the ad got uploaded? Is not? Is it not? Maybe that's a. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I don't know how it works in the States. Lots of time as well. It's a potential phone call or live chat talk to Amazon. Yeah, you've seen it now, haven't you, BX? Yeah, absolute thunder B word. You know. Literally, just, again, you get what I'm saying now in terms of balls coming out. Russo's the nearest player to it, and then out of nowhere, Kunikos comes literally into the shot from out of nowhere and runs onto and smashes the life out of the ball, hits it top bins, and again, with everything she's been through with her mum and all that for the last 8 to 9 months, then what's happened to her mum during the summer. I mean, again, having that moment just to out of body experience, whatever. I can't speak for, but again, just to have that moment in front of the faithful as well, so they can also appreciate not just appreciate the goal, but also get behind her and give her even more support. And it's what's been a very dark time for her and her family. That means so much to her. That even though it's a friendly, it's happened in front of Arsenal, in front of a home crowd. That makes sense. I want to know watch it from the Arsenal YouTube channel. Yeah, same here. Yeah, after the debacle from the men's pre-season setup, I think the Arsenal in general as well. We're not going to risk wasting our time and doing it on our website enough on the Arsenal website and app and all that. We'll just put it on YouTube instead. Because if they've gone ahead and gone, is on our YouTube, is on our Arsenal website slash app, but you've got to pay X, Y, and Z to access game. That's Arsenal, they would have done. More like anyway, and it hadn't worked like it did for the men. It's then more refunds they've then got to process and take forever to process. But still, by the way, Arsenal, Balm and Roosters coming off, by the way, for Frida and I want Olivia Smith. There you go, Olivia Smith, young PFA Young Player of the Year, double by the way. Yeah, with the men's pre-season, for the second game, the day before the second game against Rob Batiste, they emailed saying we're not going to be able to, we're having issues, so we're just going to refund everyone. If you've done it via Apple app, you bought it from Apple app, you have to do this form. Other than that, you bought it from the Arsenal app itself, or the Arsenal website, etc., etc. We'll get to you. We'll just send you the refund. You don't have to do anything. We'll just let you know. It'll take up to 10 working days, and I'm still waiting. Me personally, I phoned up on Monday just to say what's the delay and all that, and basically Arsenal because there's so many that paid, they're having to literally go through with a fine tooth comb one by one by one by one by one. It's taking longer. It's taking longer for them than expected. Now, I'll give them I'll give them another week. Week till I get it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'll be on their backs. I'm not letting them get away with it. But yeah, it would have been their luck if then gone, whilst then going through that to then do the, oh yeah, here's a small fee for the Arsenal's 2 games, whatever that fee may have been. that still doesn't work. The system, if the website and app had a crash again, it's then going through that process as well, while still dealing the main process. That would have been an absolute PR, not just PR disaster for Arsenal, but absolute headache for the staff in the aftermath behind the scenes. They had to go through and find everyone one by one to go. Da, 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 da. God bless Russell. Jesus Christ. The fuck? Fuck off. I ain't watching that. Not me. I don't know if you've seen by the way, for it, BX and anyone else in there is an Arsenal fan, right? But obviously last year Arsenal did announced their team up with Stanley. Um, and obviously, as you know, I've got the thermal, one of the thermals myself, the big old thermal handle and all that malarkey. This week they've released a couple more bits and pieces to go with for this season, to go with what they've already released last year. One of oh, now found the website. What's the score still? We got any updates on the score on the door? Still 1-0 West Brom by the looks of it. We'll refresh that, thank you. Yeah, 0-0 everywhere else, still 1-0 West Brom. Um, Charlton's upstairs, so yeah, it was Arsenal, wasn't it? Yeah. Because maybe again, for people that are interested, the Stanley brand, who haven't got the original stuff they dropped. This is doing. The Stanley Cup. So obviously you got the last year a lot in terms of. I've been one people what they did last year in terms of what they dropped last year. So they did the varieties of the Bruce Banana versions of Bruce Banana, the red and white version, and the Arsenal third kit colour they did as well, and the versions of colour versions. One sec, whilst on the attack here. Give me four. They did a 19 Stanley 1913 and collab with Arsenal Ice Flow Flip Straw Tumbler in all that the Arsenal Bruce Banana and red and white. So I think the white one, the white and burgundy, is still available in that particular one as well. They did that. Is this the one? Is this one? They did the what Catherine has the Arsenal Stanley Cup thing. Literal no lid, nothing. They did that in the red and white, the white one, and Bruce Banana. Arsenal Quensa H2.0 Pro Tour Flip Straw Tumbler, the small dinky version compared to what one I got. Ice Flow Bottle Fast Flow. So the cups and all that, my actual two uh, what litre plus thing that I've got. And then this week, was it this one? I've not been in a set, but also the one I picked up myself this week, treat myself to, is the Arsenal Transit Flip Top, top mug that they've done. And the reason I've gone for this, main reason, because it's holds hot liquids for 5 hours. normal cold, 8 hours. Iced, anything with any drink with ice in it, 25 hours it holds it for. So straight away it covers all bases for me. I'm like, boom, that's like fantastic for me at all times of the year. I'm on that one. So I can flip between having using that, especially going into the winter, autumn winter now, the hot will be holding hot drinks and all for as long as it does. Between that and the main standing I've got already. What's your feelings on the Elvis saga? Bloody, he's dragging out, doing me head in. I said this earlier. I don't know if you was in here earlier, but I did say I do. I'm loving the drama today in terms of Barca doing their statement. There's rumours circulating there about up their bid was it 140, 160 mil, whatever it was, trying to entice Atletico. And before the rumours were confirmed, they then put out a statement going, "Well, we are going to make another bid, and we hope they accept it." Just Barca, we hope they accept it. Atletico come back and gone, fuck off. We don't want to sell Alvarez, but if we do end up selling Alvarez, it ain't going to be to you. We will. Again, the exact words Atletico used in their statement was, "We will we will sell Alvarez to anyone apart from Barcelona." So it's like telling them, "Go away." You're obviously going to have Alvarez in the background going, "Oh, the world, it hates me." That. I just got a feeling it's going to drag out to no matter what. He will leave Atletico by Tuesday night. I don't at this point now. I don't see Atletico backing down. These words could come back and bite me in the arse now. But going by the statement they put out today to ram it home, I can't see Atletico backing down on Barca, but they will. I can't see them not selling to someone. If he comes to us, great. I think we're going to have to put personally. Cause I think we could be in a situation this time next year, or with Barca coming back down. We want him, and he goes, "I want to go there." I do think we need to put a release clause if we do go to sign him and he comes to us and this that, we need to put a release clause in that fucking contract. A very high price release clause in that contract. To either wait to steer Barca clear, or if they do come in, like Atletico have done, well, if you want him, this is the price, and make it the most ridiculous for Barcelona, most ridiculous price in the world. Have two release clauses, one for Barcelona, one for everyone else. No, again, from a talent point of view, he'd be fantastic for us. It's just how he conducted himself in his whole saga, and the double. Even when he's been told all summer, no, we're not selling to. Sorry, we're not going to sell you to Barca. We're not doing it. No, 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 no. Especially in the last week and a half, how he's conducted himself even more. That concerns me from an Arsenal point of view. But if we were to sign another club, we just did a grow a pair basically. My girlfriend and best friend have tried to get me one of those Arsenal Family Cups. My boys, I always say no. What do you say no? I don't want it. It's just something else to carry. But no, it's ideal. I mean, the one that you've been seeing me use since last year from the original drop they did last year, the red and white Stanley that I had, it's actually been very ideal for me in terms not just when I've been on here on air and I need obviously it's there to just grab and take a sip out and quench the thirst, so to speak, throughout the year, no matter what time of year, obviously with drink with what you can hold. Not just is it ideal or being ideal, as I say, online, but even when I've been out and about, going to the gym and all that, it is like it's as big as it is and all that. It does do the job. I just think getting another one is just giving the option whilst one's cleaned and they're not repetitive and getting over and overused in one, I can actually rotate properly as well without having to, especially when once the season gets underway properly for obviously the men and you've got the women's staff, and you've got both doing the league campaigns, or both doing the Champions League campaigns, and then the second half of the year the FA Cup comes into play, etc. Watchalongs wise, it'll be thick and fast. Then you've got the podcast to throw in terms of the kings of the Emirates, the queens of the Emirates podcast, respectively. The Rivalry Room Premier League podcast that we do every Friday. It is ideal to have more than just one thing, because obviously other than that, it's things like this and mugs and all that. And mugs and they do so much as well, especially going into winter with a hot drink and all that. And I don't want to be constantly using it. I mean, what will feel like, especially going into the autumn winter, the games become thick and fast and all that. With the game, like the podcast, is like it's pretty much going to feel like a show every day of the week. I don't want to be literally use, wash, rinse, repeat, and I've been literally knacking the life out of it. They do a job. They serve a purpose. Plus, as I say, got a membership discount as well, so I use that every time as well. Tom says these played yesterday. I said this. I did say hello to you earlier, Tom, and I did say well done to your win, your huge win yesterday. Oh, Stina's going off. The search. Oh, she's on for Stina. Okay. Al Halal agreed deal to sign Ollie Watkins. I don't want to see Al Halal agreed deal to sign Ollie Watkins. I want to see Al Halal agreed deal to sign Martinelli's so he can get an upgrade in him. I will say everyone's going, oh, it's so late in the window. If Martinelli's go, we're not going to buy anyone else, are we? And every time we put on bloody hell, Zolis. Trust me. Very last words here. Trust me. No worries. If Martinelli, if we're willing to let Martinelli go, we have something lined up. The club has something lined up clearly. The more I think about it, if I feel we should go all out for Haaland in January, depending on how City are faring, or definitely next summer. But this is the interesting thing. I think Catherine's mentioned this before. There is actually a release clause in the contract of Haaland's contract at Man City that if at any point in his time, by the way, he did extend his contract, and his clause is still in that went into this extension as well. But at any point, whilst he's at Man City, if Man City do not reach the Champions League, there's a release clause where he can literally leave on a free to anyone. That's something to keep an eye on, potentially. I can see Yorker. I can see Arteta playing Yorker. I don't think. I think. I, I think he'd go. I think he'd throw Eddie out there more than Victor. But I can see where you're coming from as well, because he has done that with Havertz as well in terms of. And if Ethan does go out on loan or whatever, the option there's no option there. But if Ethan stays, he'd probably throw Ethan out on the left hand side as well. But I still think, yeah, all things aside, I do think we do have some to let Martinelli go, and the way we're doing it, I do think we've got to have someone lined up, ready to sort of push over the line from our end. But if we do, if Martinelli is to obviously finalise it and piss off, I do think it'll us announcing his replacement will be on deadline day. I think there's going to be a lot of deadline day deals that we know are going to happen deadline day, but it's good just to add. It's just going to happen to add to the dramatics of it all. Because let's be honest, deadline day used to be an exciting thing, and then for the well, basically just before COVID. Let's be honest, we haven't had an exciting deadline day in the summer window or the winter window since before COVID. If we're being brutally honest, been pretty flat deadline days since we had the pandemic and all that. most stuff's done by then, and it's literally um, there's like squad. The club's doing last minute squad filling business deal basically, and you got people at Sky being, why are we coming in? What's good for this? I will say this: if I'm correct in my prediction of saying that the likes of Arsenal and others are going to do a lot of deadline day deals, I will do for the last 2 or 3 hours of deadline day. I will do a live stream if that's the case, just because it will be something. It'll be worth going on doing it basically because it'll be the dramatics of it all basically, so to speak. Especially if it still hasn't been announced by any of these clubs, so to speak, at that point. Go on forward. Got number nine. Took the one off his shirt, but not just set the nine on the shirt for this season. So come on, let's do so. Live up to the number that we previously wore it, please. About 12 minutes to go, plus I say about 2, 3 minutes of injury time, what we did in the first half. About give or take 15 to 16 minutes left. Still 3-1. Again, we're all in full control now. We have been overall bottom one moment of stupidness at the back in the first half. We just look more threatening. We actually have since going 1-0 down. Even in the second half, we have actually looked more threatening on the ball with having it. We haven't been just having the ball for the sake of having the ball like we did when it was 0-0. Tom says if Haaland leaves City, he's only coming home to the place of his birth. Well, that's the thing. Well, get yourself in Europe next season. For next season, they don't get Champions League, even though you'll be might tempt him. That might tempt him even more to just go. Even though I'm leaving because I'm not in Europa League, I'd rather go to Europa League with Leeds, maybe. You never know, Tom. You never know. He might even be willing to take the pay cut as well. Maybe that's why he's been cutting his hairs, getting himself prepared for the days at Leeds. This is how I'm going to look like. That's coming back. I'm coming back home. The Viking knocks are gone. I'm doing 1 year at this crap hole, and I'm coming to you. Is that bloody? It is, isn't it? That's bloody. What's the name? Ashley Neville, the former Tottenham fullback that went to Leicester. Ironically, it was Charlton that played Leicester in the playoff for the final spot in the WSL for this season, and Charlton won 1-0. So what? Lots of Leicester went, oh, I'll go to Charlton instead. I can't do WSL too. Mayo to City. Mayo, Lord. I think any title, whatever title he wants, just give it to him. Not just him either. Give him a title. Give his dad a title as well. And I think you're golden. Yeah, just you get the right connection there to get it out to him. Want it back anyway. Okay, okay, so that was the dummy really needed for that. Oh dear. We're just toying them at this point. It's the, what? Okay, no, it's a friendly, but I don't. I want to have this no mercy attitude, to be honest. Or could he guys open up the garden shop? This one went over. Sadly, let's have a look. After got to be half time and then go. Oh, okay, half time in the Bradford Fitness Burnley 0-0. Newcastle pulled one back to 1-1. Tottenham are now winning. Tottenham are winning 2-0 at half time. Everton are winning away. Everton are winning away to Preston 1-0. Mikey Moore and Solanke scored for the Knuckle Draggers. Benton Core and Moore got an assist. I mean, gosh, I mean, considering they've got Newcastle, sorry, I'm just looking at this 11 that Tottenham have gone with tonight. Considering they do have Newcastle on the weekend, that's there's a pretty strong team. Be a little bit of rotation, but I know they lost got battered, but still. Okay, cool. Yeah, Kingsky's in goal. Archie Gray is playing right back, but no captain arm, man. That's gone to Ben Davis tonight. Van Hecker, a dude, a doggy. Bergval, but he's going to book him. Benton Core and Fernandez starts. Then there's a front three of Marky Moore, Solanke, and Tell. Amazing how a certain £100 million signing gets the night off, by the way. Completely the night off in Tonali. You can't see his name on the bench either, no. On the bench, you've got Dubravka, Andy Robertson, Danzo, Gallagher, Richardson, Savinho on the bench, Pedro Porro, Van der Ven, and then Williams Barnett. As I said, that's a pretty strong squad considering they're going to have a very intense game against Newcastle this weekend. It's very brave on Newcastle's part. We beat Real Sociedad 5-2. There you go. One sec. I think is that it. I think I'll double check now because I know qualified. Have a look. One sec. That's done. Or game one of the two. Well, technically, you should be beating Real Sociedad women's team and all that levels and all. I will be checking as well in a sec. Any updates on the Alves situation? Oh. David, for you, Gav. Aston Villa strike agreement with Chelsea to sign Nicholas Jackson. Deal for 25-year-old striker worth 47.5 million. This is the biggie. 17.5 million in add-ons for maximum package to reach 65 mil. That's a lot of a fee. That's a big chunk of a fee in add-ons. That being Aston Villa, they might need to be realistic for Aston Villa's stand anyway. Not things of if they win a league trophy or this, that, and the other. Personal terms in process of being finalised ahead of Senegal International moving from Chelsea to Aston Villa to permanent signers. There you go, Gav. Cool. Right. Yeah, it's just City 152. It doesn't say if that's the game that qualified. I don't know. Check with Catherine. But there you go. You did what you expect, what you should be doing anyway. All jokes aside, let's be honest. Chelsea getting in right there would make them better. I think that's going to be a deadline day thing. I think that's going to be dragged out till Tuesday night. If you ask me, going across is now down with a knock. Thank good. Where's the Tottenham reject as well? Spock fucking step in a normal game that'd be a red card. I'm sorry. What Spock's just done there would be a red card in a normal non-friendly game. They're very lenient there. Given the foul, fair enough, but no card at all. Taking the piss a bit. Just saying. I think yeah, we've been me and Gav were having this discussion on Monday during the Chelsea game. We're sat here we have a discussion of Sanchez. Again, we keep having a conversation about Sanchez. And also look at the options. Looking at your options. Your options are Emi Martinez, who's been forced up by Villa, and Aaron Ramsdale, who's been again ironically, he knows the Championship at the moment. He's been forced out by Southampton because obviously he didn't want to stick around. He didn't want to stick around and try and get him up last season. He went to Newcastle. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, what a hit that is! 4-1. Is that Taylor? That was Taylor Hyde, wasn't it? No, it's Olivia Smith. I just saw players come out again. That was a Bible boom, levered it, literally put the laces behind it, full power, everything. And no play was at full power, and bang, Olivia Smith, the double, the young PFA player of the year for the second year in a row, by the way. Well, that's starting the pre-season. That means to go for the season basically. And a nice, really nice goal. Literally, again, laces like boom, just run one thing. Goes, oh, I'm having it. Have that. If the net wasn't there, it'd be going through the roof of the stand behind her. Put it that way. 4-1 to the Arsenal. 4-1. Wait till you see this one, Gav. BX. I still put Cunha Cross's goal after four tonight so far. I still put Cunha Cross's goal. Cunha Cross's goal, sorry. Top of the four. Oh, we're going to get fifth. No, keep again, is it? Top of the four is Cunha Cross's goal. Still, taking out the emotional side of things from what's been going through. But yeah, that was a that is the definition of a Thunder B word. If ever there was a goal that defined a Thunder B, that was it. There you see it now, baby. It's it. But again, that's taking out the emotion. If you had the emotions even more heightened, one actually be top of the list. But taking out the equation, it's top of the list anyway because it was a all-round cracking worldie of a goal. But no goalie was saving that. Reader as a shot. Oh, five. Reader just scored. It's five. Keeper. We fed the keeper though. Great goal from Frida. Don't know how Laura's going to take that one, but Frida with a great goal there. Opens up her body, curls it to the foot, sends it curling into the far corner of the goal. Keeper does dive across and does get a hand to it, but not enough of a hand to stop it from going in. Goes through the fingers. Thank you very much. Far corner, far side of the goal in the side netting, and thank you very much. It's five. What, what's that end of the game over here? Hey, I had bare minimum. I predict minimum of a 3-0 win. So disappointed I was with the goal being conceded, and that sort of stoked the fire tonight with the girls in reaction. As a whole, can't complain. Performance has been there, and I see the result. When you compare this game to Sunday's game against Paris, this has been a far more superior game. Not just because of the score, but as a whole, it's just been a better game to watch. Less mistakes, more up for it, basically, if that makes sense. 2-1 Newcastle, okay. But yeah, just more up for it and really they realise this is the last game before the season starts, so they really want to give the fans their money's worth, basically. Are you going to stay on for the rest of the Carabao Cup games? Right? If Tottenham was 0-0 or they were losing, I would have done. But if anything, obviously, more happening. Myself and Kel will give our if full time was just gone. Me and Kel will give our reaction on Friday to the League Cup draw, along with building up along with previewing the Premier League games the weekend and all that to make up for it. One thing we do know, we can't play. Arsenal, Man City can't play each other, and I can guarantee you now, Man City have got a nice easy draw with Tottenham. And I've got this gut feeling Arsenal are going to get a draw against either Tottenham or Chelsea. Just a gut feeling. I don't know what it is, but it's sod's bloody law. They're going to have to contend with that malarkey. Yeah, the full time whistle goes Arsenal win 5-1. Dominant performance in terms of possession. Did take Charlton to score against the run of play for the possession side of things, the dominance of play to really up the ante and start asking proper questions of the defence and goalie, and Charlton as a whole, so to speak, in terms of just not just getting the ball and going with the odd chance here and there. Actually, every time we attacked from going 1-0 down, it was we're going to have a shot after shot after shot after shot, and we're not going to let up basically. And that I'd like to I've loved seeing tonight. But now they've got literally under a week and a half to prepare for Brighton away. Maybe they'll probably do one more. They'll probably do one more game behind closed doors that we'll find out about nearer the time. But say maybe the next 4 to 5 days. There probably will be just to make sure fitness is really raring. But other than that, yeah, because seeing some of the new play, obviously most of our new signings in these last 2 games, especially tonight, it looks a bit more comfortable and in terms of less nerves in the system. That makes sense for them um, for the new faces. Sorry. Excuse me. Before we disappear, it's not from Newcastle. Oh, it's Troy and then Harvey Barnes. That was the last time. Also, again, pre-season, I'm not going to do an absolute standout, even though we're a standout individual performer. I think as a team who just be the starters or the subs were all brilliant tonight. It's good. I will. As much as I was like, you've gone well, you took to go 1-0 down to do what you did in the end in terms of really just sort of arched up shooting on a consistent basis. It's good that even though it's a friendly, it's Charlton with all due respect, that reaction is in them this year. and they won't just go for a 5 minute period of having that and then disappear. It's a consistent bang, and we're not going to let up on you. It's a foot on the throat, so to speak, situation. Um, so yeah. But on that note, I'm going to get to the scoreboard for a second, just for that, and then I'm going to love you and leave you basically. What Wednesday today, so no shows tomorrow. As far as yeah, no shows tomorrow, Thursday. Nice day off for me. It'll be a very busy weekend yet again coming up. And then on Friday at 5 o'clock UK time, because there's a because there's a game on Friday night 8 o'clock, the Rivalry One Premier League show will be again at 5 o'clock here in the UK. When we get Friday night when there's no Premier League game, the Rivalry show will be a bit later in the evening, but till then it's going to be a 5 o'clock start when you've got these games on a Friday. So you've got 5 p.m. on the dot, myself and Cal coming back, reviewing what happened this weekend, just touching on that, looking at the draw depending on the weekend, looking at the draw for the EFL Cup and looking ahead for the weekend ahead. What concerns Cal has for Man City going into the weekend as well, going from last weekend's performance, her thoughts on the new signings in terms of Buwadi, but also with Nico going, Mamouche is out, Mamouche and Savinho gone. Does she see any business being done in the last knockings of the transfer window to fill them gaps, or do you think this is the year? And same from my point of view, she'll obviously discuss the Arsenal side of things as well, along with obviously discussing the broader scheme of things in the Premier League. And I'm going to ask the question. Obviously, I've mentioned this on social media, and I asked the question to Kel as well on Friday. And you guys can have a think back now and get back to us on Friday on this. But do we feel it's a bit of a coincidence? It's a bit of a coincidence that the 3 clubs that didn't go like to the other side of the world pre-season, stuck within the European continent or home in general, looked the 3 clubs that did stay either at home or just went to Spain or something, like Spain and Portugal, for example, looked fresher last weekend and opening weekend compared to everyone else that went abroad to Asia, Saudi, you name it, for their pre-seasons with a World Cup year. The 3 clubs that didn't looked a bit fresher and a bit more variant to go this weekend. Just gone. And how long do we think that's going to be a matter of fact going into this weekend coming and beyond before the other teams' fitness levels catch up? Because it does feel like, especially players that went to the World Cup, came back to their clubs, whatever that may have been, then went on their tours, wherever that may have been around the world, straight away, and then completely shut, and it's literally drained the life out of them completely. Hence, most of the performances we saw the weekend were a bit meh, basically, performances wise. But as I say, we'll discuss that on Friday's show, and then maybe do the Crystal Palace Man City game on Friday night. Have a chat with Kel about that beforehand and let you guys know on the night. The match of the day on Saturday. I think what's Sunday? What are we looking for Sunday? 1 second, guys. Bear with me. Sunday, because obviously girls don't play until the following weekend. Saturday's match of the day. Saturday's game are going to be covered. Saturday's match of the day is going to cover Liverpool versus Forest, Bournemouth and Coventry versus Hull, and Tottenham versus Newcastle. Just the 4 games there. Sunday, the games we've got here are Chelsea, Brighton, Leeds, Brentford, Sunderland versus Fulham, Man United. There's nothing really screams out there, so maybe might not do any watching on Sunday. I'll let you know near the time. Might not be doing that, but I may just in mind. Near the time on that one, I'll let you guys know. It's not really standing out for me personally. And then obviously Monday, that's the main event of the weekend. Aston Villa versus Arsenal at Villa Park. Very, I know it's going to be under the lights, and atmosphere might be there from the fans' point of view. Very fragile Aston Villa potential we're looking at here. So that could be be interesting. It's going to be all I'm going to say because you know me loves an Arsenal game. Bastard. Yeah, so that's that, and then obviously because the game's on Monday, and I know deadline day is on Tuesday, but I will be doing the podcast, the Kings of the Emirates podcast on Tuesday. Just need to sort of time for that, and then if we've got a bit more time to go after that podcast, and then it's still if buts and maybes of what's going to happen here in terms of the transfer from an Arsenal point of view, I may do the last couple of hours or so of deadline day of the show as well, just to see if whatever has been rumoured does come to fruition, and how does that affect Arsenal, basically, and other clubs around the Premier League. So it's going to be a very, very, very busy few days ahead for me. But I'm going to get myself out of it. I'm going to love you and leave you. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to become a member, press the join button as well. That'll take you over to the. This is on YouTube, by the way. Click over to the membership levels, respectively, the two membership levels. Pick whichever one best suits you, and go from there. Apart from that, if you've got any hopes as well this week, still, when this show or any other show you come across in the process you like, want to hype it up, please do, because that'd be greatly appreciated to help the channel get noticed a lot more and a lot quicker. We've got some more new faces in. Other than that, I'm going to say get yourself out of here. I'm going to go rest. I'll see you on Friday for the the Rivalry Room Premier League show. Until then, take care, and as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.